Welcome to Racial Scale Modelling. For my next build, I'm building this Airfix Grumman F6F-5 Hellcat, scale 1 to 24. Now this is one of the newer kits from Airfix. It's a huge kit. You can tell by the box I can't fit it in frame. I'll stick a picture up there somewhere of the actual box art. So let's see what's in this kit. Now first of all we have the decal sheet. It's not as extensive as you might think with such a big kit, but I suppose they didn't have much markings on it. There's various variants, 3 or 4 I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 variants. Down here is your normal stenciling and decals. It looks like it has individual dials for the instrument panel, so I won't have to paint them. So that's that. Next we have the stencil sheet itself for all the rudimentary decals. 1 or 2 to put on. There's some for the weapons, for the bomb, for the prop, and also the outside and underside. Now next we have the paint guide and decal sheet guide. You can see the variant here. This is for 1944. It's quite nicely laid out. Some nice options there. It's double-sided, so we have another option very similar to the one I just shown you, with different flashes on the wing and tail. We have the third option here, very similar to the other two. This was for 1953. Again, different flashes for the tail and also insignias for the plane. On the other side we have a completely different option here. Again, you can see the old British camo markings there, the typical undersign for a World War II aircraft. And for, I'm not sure whether they use that colour or not, but that's what Airfix are going with. Again, bombs here and prop decals. This is probably the scheme I'm going to be going for, because I would imagine most people will be doing it in the dark blue, and I kind of like this, and it's all fitting with my other 124s anyway, so I'll do this one. So next we have the instruction booklet. Well, it's not a booklet, it's a book, it's massive. You can see how thick it is there. There's quite a lot. Interesting thing about this is, before you even start, it gives you the option how you'd like to display it, with the wheels up, wheels down, wings folded. It's a good idea to choose which variant you're going to, which position you're going to start with, because right from the start it gives you options for each one. On the next page, it shows you a detail of the model's engine, and again it gives you the option to cover it wholly, semi-cover it, or have it completely open. This is very interesting here. This is the plan if you wish to put a motor in to motorise the prop to spin it, and it looks like they've designed it in such a way it will actually fit inside the workings of the engine, which is quite interesting to see. So we have all our colours here that is going to be used on all the variants there. So when you pick what variant you want to do, just go with that to that. That'll give you all the colours that you need for this, minus a couple that are on here. So as you can see, flicking through this, it's the new type of Airfix instruction, so the colour coded. The red parts here indicate that that's the previous section that you're going with. As I said here, if you look there right at the top, these are the options, how you'd like to display the model. So it's from the start you have to really decide on how you're doing it. Now in this instruction, see if I can find an example. So here we go, I found one here. Now you notice this part is colour coded green. Now what this indicates is you can leave this off if you're leaving the parts of the plane exposed, like the engine and weapons racks and so forth. And basically that's what it tells you here. That all these panels were designed to be removable, obviously to get into the engine and other parts of the aircraft. So they're telling you you don't have to work on this part if you're having the engine uncovered. Now there's another part of the engine I want to show you. So this part of the engine here, all these here gives you the option of putting ignition leads into the actual engine itself, and it suggests the size of wire, the copper wire that you need, and so forth. I've never seen that on an instruction booklet before for a model. I've never put copper wire into the engine for the ignition leads and that, so I might well try that out and see how I get on. The other thing I should point out for, and this will, look at that. I think they had a bad day at the printer office. It's just about, I'm just about able to make out the instructions. It's only this double page here. And lastly, on the back page, it's quite an important page. This gives you the position of the decals for the interior of the aircraft. So the instrument panels, the wall panels and so forth. So if you are building this, keep that in mind, that you will have to refer to that. Now what I do is, I actually take photographs of this and put it on my monitor screen while I'm building, so I'm not constantly flicking over the instructions. So I'll say I'm on this page, I'm not constantly having to go like that to check to make sure I've got it right. And I also do that with the box art as well, have it on screen, and so it's there just as a quick reference. Right, so the kit itself, got the box here. I'll show you the sprues. Sprues are large as you would expect. So we have the fuselage and the top half of the wings. So this will give you an idea of the size of the kit. So the next sprue, you can see the detail the engine has actually got. They've got the props here, the landing gear. Next we have the wings, the bottom half of the wings, cowling for the engine, which will probably be off because I'll be showing the engine. Next we have the weapons. Looks like the interior carriages and things like that. So the missiles are bombs. Also says, well, because this is the newer kit, nothing's actually came off the sprue while taking it out of the packaging, which is a pleasant surprise for Airfix. I generally lose something off the sprue. And a bit of rubbish on it where I took it outside to spray it. You may have noticed I've already sprayed this in primer. I spent yesterday a good little while prepping it all. So this is the front of the aircraft, where the engine comes out, the exhaust, more colour in here. And then we have the structural work for the wings and more inside details here. Quite a lot of inside details as you can see. And this sprues come apart from the tree, but that's perfectly okay. I'll be splitting them up anyway. So we have the rear wings and flaps here and here, with more interior work and braces. And we have the wheels. Now the wheels are not rubber this time, they've given you solid plastic wheels, which I think is a shame really, because all the other 124s had rubber tiles. These are the solid plastic ones, but never mind. So we have the bulkheads here. The sprues are quite large, and it looks like they're easy to come away from the main tree here, so just be careful of that if you want to keep them together. Well, that's the intro for this build. It is one of the bigger builds that I've done. The only other bigger one I've done is the Typhoon from Airfix, which was a really good build, really enjoyed that, so I'm looking forward to this build. So if you want to see that— build, and of course any other my builds, look at the channel. It's all there for anyone to have a look at. So subscribe to the channel as well for all the updates for this. There'll be quite a few videos for this build. I plan to do it from start to finish, all the processes right through. So hit that like button and also leave a comment. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. Bye bye.